Kim.com was spied on illegally.
What Kim.com ran is just a service that's like a post office. He was the post office it was being mailed through. Why do you shut down the post office thinking that's where the problem is?
Kim.com is a larger-than-life internet entrepreneur who has become increasingly controversial within the past 2 years. Kim is a high-rolling businessman who made a reported $175 million off of a website called Mega Upload, a service that provided a fast and simple way to transmit large files over the internet. Unfortunately for Kim, the US government, the New Zealand government, and even Hollywood alleged that the website was being used for criminal purposes. His house was raided just one day after SOPA, the Stop Online Piracy Act, died in the US Congress. 1 year after the raid, his assets are still frozen and he is still under house arrest. We're in New Zealand. We're just north of Auckland, and we're heading to Kim.com's mansion. We're told that Kim is heading to the recording studio today in Auckland, and he's going to be working with some producers to make some music. I'm hoping that I can get in there and do some backup vocals, or maybe even help him on a song. I think I can see it. I can see it. It says megaonthelawn.com mansion. He said that he's dedicating his life to fighting for internet freedom. He's a big, crazy rich guy who does crazy things. This is scary. When you walk in the kitchen and you see the aquarium over the stove, the only thing I can say is it's crazy. Every other sentence out of my mouth I try to make, it's just, you know what, this is ridiculous. Here's what I was thinking about earlier. Sean Parker. He works on a service specifically built to pirate. He's worth an estimated $2.1 billion today. He was even, at one point, accused of possessing drugs. You've never been accused of possessing drugs. You've never built a service specifically with the intent, or as you said, not with the specific intent of piracy. It was just to file locker online. But the governments are coming after you.
It's interesting how times have changed, right? How important copyright is today. The fact that they used the NSA and PRISM to spy on me. The massive raid that happened here, you know, with 2 helicopters, 72 people on the ground with machine guns, with attack dogs. This is a power play. These are people who are high up in the executive who said, we are going to use every weapon in our arsenal to destroy this guy. You go to any ISP like Verizon or Comcast and you ask them, you know, honestly, how much of your traffic do you think is piracy? And they will tell you to your face, you know, up to 50%.
Let's go check out the grounds.
The grounds, okay.
And then
this one, hold on. You broke my house.
The compound is so massive that you'd need to take a golf cart just to get to the guest house. I like the giraffe. Is that a Segway? Can I ride your Segway?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Grab it.
Holy shit.
Oops.
This is not easy. All right. I'm getting the hang of it.
Here he comes. You made it work, man.
So how fast can this thing go?
Oh, it can go fast. But hey, don't fall down, man. My case is not just important for me and my family and my co-defendants, it's important for the whole internet and the whole world. It was going to hurt the creative industry.
I had NBC Chicago actually do a report. My friends and I were covering the NATO protests, and we got surrounded at gunpoint. Black vehicles, SUVs, took us out, took our credit card numbers, our names, IDs, interrogated us.
Well, then you know firsthand what kind of stupid world we're living in today, where the government is taking over. And the government is supposed to serve us, the people. We are paying with our taxes that they do a good job for us. And look what they do. They undermine our rights. They destroy our freedoms. They censor our internet. So we are the ones who have to bring that change. And that's why I get involved in politics, because I'm fucking tired of this nonsense, you know? Someone needs to stand up and change that.
So are we all going to be on a list now?
You're all fucked.
Kim.com also has a bunch of other strange accolades under his belt, In the mid-90s, he pioneered Flash animation on the internet. He also invented a way to do video conferencing over a cell phone in 1999, a time when most people didn't even have cell phones. And at the time of the raid, he was the #1 Call of Duty player in the world.
Who are you? What are you doing? What is this?
I'm just, a guy who loves to do new stuff,
Yeah.
I just enjoy what I'm doing.
Is this your Xbox room? Or?
No.
No, we need to go? All right,
over
let's
here.
go check it out.
As he walked me to his Xbox room, Kim showed me around his home recording studio.
Here's my little home music studio.
Ooh, you have a guitar in here?
So when I'm not in the recording studio, this is where I make music. So I have the Avid here. I use
Nice.
Pro Tools. I hook up the keyboard and then I just sit here and come up with some beats. Yeah, those are really nice speakers.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
Yeah, love it.
Nice.
Okay, let me take you to the Xbox room.
Is that
Yeah.
is that
this
you?
is the Xbox room. The family comes together here. Mona's little brothers, they play as well. We have 5 setups here, and then we all play against each other.
Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare, Halo, Forza. I'm also into car racing, so.
Do you have
everything.
GTA 5?
Yeah, man, I finished it already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. Can we play for a second?
Well, not now. We could do it tomorrow. So
Yeah,
let
yeah,
them
tomorrow's
set
good.
it all up,
Yeah.
and then we play tomorrow.
And then
yeah.
we can do like a multiplayer, and I can shoot you. And
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
no,
We can do the multiplayer, but you will die.
if we played Modern Warfare,
Yeah.
I'd be like slowly spinning around and then dead, and then I'd spawn and be like, okay, dead.
Well, I've just done a really cool event here in New Zealand in the Vector Arena. It's like an E3 gaming convention, and I played against 100 New Zealanders. They could come and challenge me, and it was a whole day of me playing one-on-ones against some really good players, and only one managed to beat me out of 100.
What did he win?
He won a big prize from a big LG screen,
Oh, wow.
audio system. Like prize is worth $10,000.
You didn't throw it, just and then he paid you off.
No comment.
Normally, like a gamer reaches #1, they get press and people are really excited.
Yeah.
But you've already.
Yeah, but it's the fame in the community.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what really matters. That all these other players who play competitive, they see you go up the ranks, and then they see you're #1, and they're like, "Wow, this is cool. I want to play that guy." And the moment I became #1, I mean, my Xbox message window was like, bing, 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 bing. Everyone just sends you a message. Everyone sends you a friend request. And it's like non-stop blinking of people who want to know you, who want to be your friend.
Do you think that the skills you've acquired playing these first-person shooters will increase your chance of survival in a zombie apocalypse?
Yes, I think so.
All right, great.
I know how to handle zombies.
This is where I imagine I would be when the zombies do come. You've got a compound. You've got excessive simulation training, firing weapons. I'll be in here playing GTA while you take care of the zombies.
Well, I survived an anti-terrorism style raid, with really heavy ammunition and arms and all of that. I mean, what is a zombie apocalypse against the raid that I have survived? So I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we sit down here for 2 minutes?
Everybody has to fight for their privacy, like you were saying, but it seems like the fight you've got on a personal level is just crazy.
Yeah. The big revelation that was already out there, what the Prime Minister of New Zealand was apologizing, was the spying by the GCSB, which is a member of the Five Eyes spy club that is the United States, UK, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. There will be another court case in April next year. We want to know exactly what data they have on me. We want to know how they have collected it. Because if they use this anti-terrorism spy network, they use this massive power to spy on someone who is a tech geek, an innovator who builds websites. That just shows you how wrong their excuses are. Imagine you have a leader sometime in the future who abuses such a system to crack down on all his opponents and turn this into a totalitarian tool. Everyone should be really passionate about their privacy and solutions like Mega, and that's why I'm doing it, you know, because I don't agree with these intrusions into our lives. Who is still trusting any US tech company? Who is still putting anything on any Google site or Microsoft or whatever, Apple, without thinking that the US government has access to that, to basically eliminate the basic human right to privacy for the entire world population. And that's why more and more companies that are doing internet business are not going to locate in the US anymore. The NSA has triggered the biggest destructive event for the US tech industry. And that also shows you how important this case is for the White House, you know, how politically important it was for them to have all this information and use these spy tools on me, because an election depended on it.
You want to tell me about these pictures you got here?
No.
No? Is it a secret?
It's just, you know, it's the good times. It's the good times. You know, now my priorities have shifted. You know, before, what really meant a lot to me was like racing around in cool cars and being on a yacht in the Mediterranean or flying around in private jets. And now all I look forward to is see my kids, play with my kids, you know, have fun with them, driving around the property. And I think I wouldn't do a lot of the crazy things that I've done in my 20s now, simply because I want to be there for my kids, you know. Until this case is resolved, this future of my children is really what I'm fighting for.
The new service you launched, Mega, the files that users upload are encrypted, so you guys can't see what they're sharing.
That's right.
So you say that, you know, it's about privacy, it's about the user's rights, but others argue that it's just a way to give yourself protection against the same issue that came up with Mega Upload.
And what we made possible is that everyone who's using the internet today can look for a solution that allows them to upload their data into the cloud and do it in a safe way by basically integrating it all into the browser on the fly, so the user doesn't have to do anything, doesn't have to even understand encryption, and just by using our site, our users know that their data is safe. And that is something completely new, and that is what I think was required to take encryption mainstream. But in half a year, we are releasing communication products. So we will become a communication provider like Skype, but everything fully encrypted. So you can chat, you can message, you can do video calls or phone calls using the Mega platform, and you can be sure that all your calls and all your data that you transmit will be completely encrypted, point to point, on the fly, without us as a provider or anyone else having any opportunity to get access to your data.
Mega launched with encryption service
before
the NSA revelations.
Yes.
How did you know?
I knew.
As we made our way to a recording studio in Auckland, I started to realize that this wasn't the comic book villain that the government made him out to be, but a genuine businessman who was pushed to start standing up for people's rights on the internet. When I was like 19 to 20, I just was traveling around the US playing music, Seattle, Denver, whatever.
Okay. Finding like a little spot in our internet freedom song. So I want to put both of them in the booth later, just for half an hour, you know, see what they come up with.
Sure, no problem.
And you know, when they seized assets, they didn't just come to my place and seized my cars, they closed my bank accounts and all of that. They also sent a SWAT team to my mother in Germany and took her car. They blocked off the road to her house, and then some man with, MP5s knocked at her door and said, we're here to pick up your car, and, you know, gave her a document with a list of items, and then they took them. I don't think anyone reported that. I think this is the first time I'm sharing it.
It's one thing to arrest you and make accusations and you have to stand trial for them, but to shut down a company before a verdict has been reached in a criminal trial.
Well, they have basically made the verdict already and, said these guys are guilty and we're going to destroy everything that they have created, and on top of it, we're going to seize everything that they own. Well, Chris Dodd was a senator for 30 years, and Joe Biden, the vice president, is calling Chris Dodd his best friend. And when Dodd resigned as a senator, even though he said he would never work in the lobbying industry, immediately after he left the Senate, he started working for the MPAA and became the chairman of the most powerful lobbying group in the United States. And it's Chris Dodd's relationship and his clout in the White House that made all of this happen.
Technology and content are not adversaries, and we need adults around talking about it instead of having a swarm of bees every time someone talks about protecting copyright.
I mean, if there's any idea of conflict of interest, this is probably as close as it gets.
Do you have any ideas of what you want us to do?
Yeah, so the idea was, these guys are working on an internet song, and I hope Giselle came up with a line or something for you guys.
Okay.
So that we can we record something for this internet song?
Hopefully I can do it. Make it really simple.
You better be good.
You know what? This song is going to come out and they're going to be like, there's something about this song that just makes it the best song ever. It's
then it would be you.
Could we try singing just freedom's what we are.
Freedom's what we are fighting for.
Freedom's what we are.
Freedom's what we are fighting for.
Alright, well, you've heard it, folks. This is an official championship match. Kim defending its title. Kim tells me that I'm playing on this machine, that this is my TV, and the character is a woman, so now he keeps calling me a woman, telling me I'm bad at driving.
Yeah, look at it. You are bad.
But I got revenge because he asked me to meet him on friendly terms so we could team up, and I killed him.
Yeah, that wasn't nice. Let the masses see your talent and your gift. If you limit it all and put it in the control and in the hands of a handful of content conglomerates, of large monopolies, then you do not have this exposure. You have to play by their rules, and you have to, live in a world that is censored.
The trip was totally surreal, so hopefully this isn't the last we see of Kim.com.
It's breaking! I told you, why is it fucking breaking?